What is good, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Paul. I make videos about Japanese society, life, and culture from the viewpoint of a long-term foreign resident. I've been in Japan for 19 years. And the buzz news around Japan right now is the fact that Fujikawaguchiko machi, or Fujikawaguchiko town, is erecting a large barrier in order to block a particular view of Mount Fuji. This view, to be exact. For a while now, capturing this Lawson's convenience store and Mount Fuji has been a goal of many people visiting the Fujikawaguchiko area, and it's caused problems. And as the town officials explained it, what's going on is the tourists there are not obeying traffic laws. They're darting out into traffic or standing in the road to get their photos, and they are leaving trash everywhere and trespassing onto the property of the dentist office, which is across the street from the Lawsons, even going so far as to climb onto the roof in order to get the shot that they want. Now, as a former resident of Fujikawaguchiko machi, and the fact that my wife is originally from there, I'm going to offer my opinion on all of this. So I'm going to turn the camera around and get driving in the car here, because I figure watching Japan go by as I talk will be more interesting than watching me. So I'm going to give you my opinion. Let's hit the road. Okay, first of all, to be clear, I am in favor of this decision. I feel like the town did everything they could by putting up small barriers, hiring actual security guards to keep order, and having signs in multiple languages everywhere, but none of that worked. And so they finally decided, for safety reasons, because people were running into traffic. I myself watched a woman run in front of a bus once, and you know, the very buses that are bringing tourists to Kawaguchiko town to see Mount Fuji. This woman just runs in front, gives a little haha, sorry about that, and you know, goes on to proceed to get her photo that she really wanted. This is just behavior that the town shouldn't be expected to put up with. And maybe they can take down the barrier in the future once tourists realize that, hey, you know, we'll behave. We realize that you did this to stop bad behavior. So, you know, and I realize that the vast majority of people who do go there are probably behaving just fine and not leaving trash and not running into traffic. But enough people have caused problems there that it's an issue. Now, I'd like to take a moment and address some of the counter arguments that I've heard from netizens online reacting to the various news stories, and basically give my 2 cents about that. And the first and most common argument that I see, well, Japan wants the tourist dollars, and now they're saying that the tourists shouldn't come and shouldn't spend their money and da-da-da. That's presenting a false choice. The choice isn't allow tourists in and let them do whatever they want versus, oh, we can't have tourists. That's ridiculous. There's no reason why local people should deal with bad behavior just because tourists are spending money there. To me, this is actually an incredibly arrogant position to take. It's like, we're spending money, so you have to let us do whatever we want. No, the local people don't have to let you get away with whatever you want. That doesn't make any sense. The second argument I've seen is, this is just Japan blaming everything on foreigners again. Basically bringing up this old xenophobic argument. And look, the problems are real. It's not, this is a Japanese versus foreign thing. It's tourists are leaving trash. Tourists are blocking traffic. Tourists are climbing on the roof of the dentist office to take photos. This has nothing to do with the fact that they're foreigners and the citizens are Japanese. This is just people behaving badly. The third argument I've heard is, well, that poor Lawson's is going to lose all kinds of business now. Believe me, that Lawson's is going to be totally fine. They are within 200 meters of the station, and they're one of only 2 convenience stores by the station. The other one, 7-Eleven, is across the street about 20 meters away. So it's not going to be a problem for the Lawsons. Not to mention the fact that tourists have been driving into that parking lot with their rental cars, getting out, getting that photo, and then driving away without ever having spent any money. thereby actually taking parking spots from someone who might actually be a customer. And I will triple down on that and say that local people are avoiding that Lawson's because it's just too crowded and it's too much of a hassle to go there. So that Lawson's has lost the local foot traffic because of this. So yeah, the too long didn't read version is the Lawson's will be totally fine. Don't worry about them. And finally, one other argument that I've heard, which suffice to say clearly comes from people who haven't actually been to this place. They say, well, why not capitalize on it and turn it into a moneymaker by building a viewing platform and charging people to take that photo there? Yeah, as I said in the beginning, it is a narrow sidewalk with the dentist's office next to it. I'm actually interested to see how they pull off building this screen that's allegedly going to block the view, because there's just not a lot of space there. And there certainly is not any space for a viewing platform or building any kind of sizable structure like that. Now, if I was the dentist, maybe I'd try to figure out how to build a viewing platform on the roof of my building and start charging people to go up there. That might be the big brain move for the dentist. But yeah, the city doesn't have any options, any good options anyways, in terms of making it into an actual tourist attraction that could make money. So yeah, that's not happening. That argument is not very valid. So basically, while it's unfortunate, I really feel for all of the good tourists who want to get that photo and have that as one of their souvenir photos of having been to Japan and Mount Fuji. And they followed all the rules, they used the crosswalks, they didn't leave any trash, etc. I feel for all of you guys who want to get that photo and who would behave well. But I guess, the bad apples, this is why we can't have nice things. I just ask that all of you who come to Japan as tourists and guests, please remember that you should be respectful of other tourists and guests, and of course be respectful of your hosts, the Japanese people, who are, they're very happy to have you. I mean, we have to remember that Mount Fuji is a big mountain, and it's a big area. There are so many lovely places around Mount Fuji to take photos of Mount Fuji. It doesn't have to be that one. And there's plenty of businesses and plenty of areas where you can stretch your legs and spend your money, and you're not going to be a nuisance to anyone, and you're going to be absolutely 100% welcome to do what you want while you're there. So the loss of this one place is not the end of the world, and I invite you to come and enjoy the Mount Fuji area and just be respectful as you would be in your hometown and as you would be towards your own neighbors. All right, that's it. Sorry about the rain and subsequent constant windshield wipers in the picture, but well, that couldn't be helped. And I wanted to get this video out there about this topic. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one. My weekly regular video will come out on Friday night in the States, Saturday morning in Japan as usual, and I'll see you then. Peace.